the face, the only face, the real face of women's basketball, period. She did it again, Caitlin Clark, shattering records, creating new viewership records for USA Sports. She did it again. Y'all keep running around trying to pretend like this person's the face of the league, that person's the face of the league, because they've been.
Caitlin Clark continues to dominate the spotlight, but instead of celebrating another personal milestone after earning Player of the Week honors and setting yet another record, she reportedly turned her attention to a much bigger issue involving Sophie Cunningham. According to the narrative, Clark made it clear that she believes Cunningham deserves to be reinstated after what has been described as a controversial union-related ban. The situation has been portrayed as creating major tension within league offices, with executives allegedly scrambling to respond as public pressure continues to grow. Supporters argue that Cunningham, known for her toughness and authenticity on the court, became the target of unnecessary politics rather than being judged on her contributions to the game. The claim is that league officials underestimated Clark's influence and the loyalty of her fan base, which now numbers in the millions. As the story goes, Clark delivered a direct and uncompromising message, warning that failing to resolve the issue could damage the league's future and alienate a significant portion of its audience. The discussion also references sports business analyst Darren Rovell, who explained that professional leagues and players' unions have long restricted the use of certain names, images, and celebratory gestures for commercial purposes, using examples from NBA history to illustrate how marketing rights are often tightly controlled. The script further argues that sports organizations frequently struggle to market their biggest personalities effectively, suggesting that Cunningham's popularity is another missed opportunity. Rather than issuing a carefully worded public statement, the narrative describes Clark as confronting the situation head-on, delivering a bold ultimatum that immediately captured national attention. Whether viewed as a dramatic stand for a teammate or as a powerful demonstration of her growing influence, the story concludes that every word Clark spoke carried enormous value, reinforcing her position as one of the most impactful figures in women's basketball today. Caitlin Clark has been portrayed as sending a clear message that she will not stand by while the league mistreats players she believes have helped elevate the game. According to the narrative, she publicly challenged league leadership for undermining its own stars, making it known that respect for players matters just as much as wins and records. The story argues that the league's financial success is closely tied to Clark's popularity, with more than 1.4 million viewers reportedly tuning in each night to watch her play, driving television ratings and sponsorship value to unprecedented levels. It then shifts back to sports business analyst Darren Rovell, who discussed the WNBA Players Association's reported decision to prevent licensing of Sophie Cunningham's viral gesture on the grounds that it was considered derogatory. The script presents this decision as controversial, arguing that one of the year's biggest viral moments was effectively blocked because some people found it offensive. Building on that point, the narrative claims Clark demonstrated the true extent of her influence by using her star power in support of Cunningham, suggesting that her loyal fan base follows her because of who she is rather than because of the league itself. As the story intensifies, it describes executives holding emergency meetings while broadcasters and advertisers grow increasingly anxious over the possibility that the league's biggest attraction could become involved in a major dispute. The argument is that league officials now face a difficult choice: address Clark's concerns or risk damaging the momentum that has fueled the WNBA's recent surge in popularity. The discussion then shifts to the Indiana Fever, where commentators debate whether the team has clearly established Caitlin Clark as its undisputed centerpiece. They argue that successful franchises such as the Dallas Wings, Las Vegas Aces, New York Liberty, and Los Angeles Sparks have well-defined leadership hierarchies, while Indiana has yet to create a clear pecking order between Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. Although Mitchell is praised as an outstanding scorer, the commentary suggests the absence of clearly defined roles has created unnecessary confusion. It also acknowledges that when Clark missed games the previous season, Mitchell carried much of the offensive burden and helped keep the team competitive, demonstrating her value. Even so, the central claim remains that Indiana's long-term success depends on building its system around Clark while clearly defining each player's responsibilities, a debate that has drawn attention from players, coaches, executives, and fans across the league. According to the narrative, Caitlin Clark's public support for Sophie Cunningham represents a major shift in the balance of power between players and league leadership. The script argues that, for years, athletes were expected to remain silent, accept controversial decisions, and prioritize the league's interests over their own concerns. Clark's decision to speak out is presented as a turning point, encouraging other players to believe they no longer have to accept what they see as unfair treatment or behind-the-scenes politics. It further claims that many sports commentators who previously credited the WNBA's growth to broader league success were forced to acknowledge Clark's unique influence after her comments sparked an overwhelming response online. According to the story, millions of fans flooded social media with messages supporting Clark and Cunningham, turning the issue into one of the biggest conversations in women's basketball. The discussion then shifts to television ratings, pointing out that games featuring the Indiana Fever consistently rank among the league's most-watched broadcasts, reinforcing the argument that Clark has become the WNBA's biggest television attraction. It also highlights Clark's selection as Player of the Week, noting that she earned the honor despite playing under a minutes restriction, something commentators described as remarkable and further evidence of her exceptional impact. The narrative goes on to argue that Clark has become must-watch television, with many fans saying they stop whatever they are doing whenever she takes the court. From there, the script broadens its focus, claiming the situation extends far beyond a single player or a single week of basketball. It argues that the traditional model in which league executives controlled the narrative and determined which players received attention is being challenged by the rise of a generational star whose popularity is driven directly by fans rather than corporate decisions. According to this perspective, Clark's influence comes from her authenticity, competitive spirit, and willingness to support fellow players, qualities that resonate with millions of supporters. The narrative concludes by suggesting that league executives and major sponsors now face mounting pressure to resolve the controversy quickly, as companies value television audiences, fan engagement, and public goodwill above internal politics. It finishes by noting that the Indiana Fever features several of the league's top three-point shooters, including Aaliyah Boston, Sophie Cunningham, Kelsey Mitchell, and Caitlin Clark, arguing that the team's talent and Clark's popularity continue to make it one of the WNBA's biggest attractions. The discussion continues by questioning whether there has been an unfair bias against the Indiana Fever, with some commentators arguing that league decisions have not consistently favored the team's most popular players. It also references reports that Caitlin Clark declined an invitation to participate in the league's three-point contest, while noting that it remains unclear whether Sophie Cunningham received an invitation or how she might have responded. The commentary suggests that Cunningham is active on social media and that fans are eager to hear her perspective. Attention then turns to three-point shooting statistics, highlighting impressive percentages from several Indiana Fever players, including Aaliyah Boston, Sophie Cunningham, and Kelsey Mitchell. The speakers express surprise that Boston is currently among the league's most accurate three-point shooters and debate how competitive the upcoming three-point contest may be, encouraging viewers to share their opinions. From there, the narrative expands into a broader claim that a powerful cultural movement has formed around Clark and Cunningham, with supporters allegedly organizing viewing boycotts and promising to avoid games that do not feature the players they believe have been treated unfairly. According to the script, fans are sending a clear message that they value fairness, respect, and genuine competition over league politics, placing increasing pressure on league officials to respond. It argues that executives can no longer shape public opinion through carefully crafted statements or administrative decisions because fans have already chosen whom they trust. The script portrays Clark as using her record-breaking popularity to defend fellow players and challenge what it describes as an outdated system of corporate control, claiming that authentic leadership and competitive excellence ultimately carry more influence than league bureaucracy. The narrative concludes with comments from Clark following a strong performance, where she emphasizes the importance of confidence, preparation, and resilience. She explains that every player experiences difficult stretches, but success comes from trusting the work put in behind the scenes, maintaining belief in yourself, and continuing to find ways to help the team win even when shots are not falling. Rather than focusing solely on individual accomplishments, Clark stresses that her goal is always to improve the team's performance, remain mentally tough through adversity, and contribute in whatever way is necessary to achieve victory. The interview concludes with Caitlin Clark reflecting on a key late-game sequence after being asked to describe the play that led to her 41st point. She explains that with the game tied, the team's designed play was disrupted by strong defensive pressure, forcing her to chase down a loose ball before attempting to make a defensive play that resulted in a whistle. Clark notes that she is unsure whether there was contact or whether the play was completely clean, adding that the referee was in the best position to make the decision. After the stoppage, she says she wanted the ball inbound quickly so the Fever could continue playing at a fast pace before the defense had time to get set. The script then shifts from the post-game interview to opinion and commentary, asking viewers whether they believe Clark's reported stance in support of Sophie Cunningham represents one of the biggest displays of player influence in modern sports or whether the league itself damaged its own image through its handling of the situation. It encourages fans to share their perspectives in the comments and continue the discussion, while inviting viewers to like the video, subscribe with notifications enabled, and share it with other basketball fans before signing off and thanking the audience for watching.